Now, there's a very, very interesting fact about what we share lately about the equalization and the regain of the Biafran freedom. First of all, let me make 2 points. Number one is that Nnamdi Kanu has to be released. Number two is that the referendum has to be set. A lot of distractions is already happening in the southeast. Biafrans are being taken home. Undoubtedly, they are being taken home, they are being rejected, and they are being thrown aboard. We must understand that the situation is becoming more financed and financed as a lot of things begins to, give more space to these enemies of freedom. You see, I must say it the way it is. We should be able to understand two important factors. Number one is that the factors we play is a factor that represents different categories. One must share and understand that wherever we put our eggs, it should be in the right side of history. If we continue to communicate properly, then we will eventually find our way into that proceedings. That proceedings that has to do with a lot of powerful engagement, and that is where we belong. Biafra today, Biafra tomorrow, and Biafra forever. Now, the investment of Biafra has become a wide range that some people are more confused than before. They fail to understand that the things that has to do with Biafra is and must be taken gradually. If we don't put it well, mistakes will be made, teleportations will be confused for victory, and lots of people are going to lose it. Typically, knowing fully well that frustration is going to happen, and when that eventually happens, to become a non-channel for what we persevere. Biafra will eventually come, but one thing that will make it come fast and faster than the way it is now is a journey of where 2 or 3 will gather and agree that there is an error that has played out lately. A serious error has played out lately. We cannot put ourselves in one corner and continue to, fight ourselves on the grounds that things should not happen appropriately. Now, number one is that Nnamdi Kanu must be released. Number two is that things must be done in accordance, and if those things are done well, then what belongs to Caesar will be given to Caesar, and what belongs to the kings will be given to the kings. Let's be very mindful. A date has been signed, the release must be made, Biafra must be actualized, Biafra must be achieved, and good news will continue to happen. Your Gazeko Siwega, Makanoyan Zero Zia Segini, Ozia, Yoruo Naga, Umuchineke. Odigoko Wesiwedo. When I Kuroku Sigini, a lot will happen and failures will be recorded, but Biafra will never fail. Biafra will never fall. Biafra will never camouflage. We must understand the attributes and the case study, and this is where the whole things will begin to happen. Ezio Bobondo. Mazi Simon Eba has refused to obey Nnamdi Kanu's order from the DSS custody. I don't know why, I don't know his reasons, but I'm here to say something very, very important. There was a letter that was acclaimed to have been written by Nnamdi Kanu, claiming that he says that they should stop sit at home. Nnamdi Kanu accuses Nigerian government of sponsoring Simon Eba. That is the letters we've heard. The leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, has accused the Nigerian government of sponsoring Simon Eba to cause unrest in Southeast. Mr. Eba is a Nigerian Finnish citizen who has been linked to the growing insecurity in the region. Ifeanyi Ejiofor, counsel to the IPOB leader, disclosed this in a statement on Monday, which was sent to Premium Times. Mr. Ejiofor said Mr. Kanu made the remark when the IPOB leader's legal team visited him at the facility of the State Security Service, Abuja, on Monday, where he's been held. Mr. Kanu's allegation came days after the IPOB leader, through Aloy Ejimakor, his special counsel, ordered Mr. Eba to stop issuing sit-at-home orders in the region. Today's Monday visit was to brief Onyendo Kanu on pertinent development with respect to the specific writing order calling off senseless sit-at-home hitado being enforced by enemies of our people, Mr. Ejiofor said in a statement. Now, I wonder why Mazi Simon Eba continues to insist that there must be sit-at-home in Biafra land, even though that there's an acclamation from the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. But what I want to get out of this later, that they claim that yes, Nnamdi Kanu wrote from the DSS custody, is this: why are they sending later to the people when they know that the court has ordered that Nnamdi Kanu should be released? Why are they sending later? Why are they asking them how do they want the people to? Yes, I know that so many people do not like what Simon Eba is doing, but how do they expect people to accept that this letter is coming from Nnamdi Kanu, if not under duress? It's a simple question. I don't know why the Nigerian government are very, very illogic in nature. They just want to do things and they think they can just do it and do it the way they want to do it. It doesn't work like that. You are dealing with a man that controls millions of people. You don't just write letter in a paper sheet, my God, and bring it out for the millions of people to agree with what you are saying. It's quite funny. Very, very funny. Now, the lawyer has said Mr. Kanu has asked residents of the Southeast to note that whoever continues to observe the cancelled sit-at-home order was working for the Nigerian government to destroy the region. Oyendo was very emphatic that Simon Eba is procured and fully bankrolled by the Nigerian government for the purpose of causing unrest in our region, he said. The IPOB leader, Mr. Ejiofor, stressed that no freedom fighter anywhere in the world would impose economic hardship and unimaginable terror on his people as a style of liberating them. Mr. Kanu added that the evil activities of those who claim to be freedom fighters also extend to perpetration of all forms of violent crimes in our region, which include but are not limited to kidnapping and killing.